suck. This tree grows in the marshes and swamps of India and southern Asia. The flowers are white and rather beautiful, and its fruit is green and resembles small sweet mangoes. Eating one of these green beauties isn't so sweet, the consumption of which can cause heartbeat disruption and death thanks to the heart toxin cerberin. This plant is used for more suicides than any other plant on Earth. Pathologists have a difficult time detecting its presence, and many now believe it is being used not only as a means of suicide, but also as the perfect murder weapon. In India, 3/4 of cerbera victims are women, which suggests it is being used to dispose of wives who do not meet the strict standards of some Indian families. I think I'll pass on the fruit salad. Native to Indonesia and northeastern Australia, this leafy monster can cause death simply by brushing up against any part of it, releasing neurotoxins through tiny hair-like needles that can cause itching and burning. Preserved specimens can remain potent for decades. It is so painful it has been known to drive its victims mad. One of its victims described the effects as being burned alive and electrocuted at the same time. And yet oddly, some insects and birds can consume its leaves and fruits with no ill effect. Horses stung by its venom have been known to jump off cliffs to end their misery. There have been several documented cases of suicide to escape the misery that never seems to end. If you are fortunate enough, you can look forward to the after effects, which can last weeks or even several years. Looking like a rack of eyes, this beauty measures about 2 feet high and 3 across. This flowering plant grows in parts of eastern Canada and the United States. The toxic berries ripen in summer, although the entire plant is toxic to humans all the times. It contains cardiogenic toxins which have a sedative effect over the heart muscle, which can ultimately cause cardiac arrest and then death. Thankfully to our cuddly winged friends, it is not toxic to birds. The manchineel tree is native to southern Florida, the Caribbean, and parts of southern and central Americas. While it is considered to be an endangered species, so is anyone that dares to go near it. It hosts a cocktail of toxins, including hippomannan A and B, plus a bunch more that have yet to be identified. Every part of the tree, including both its bark and deceptively sweet fruit, are quite poisonous. Simply touching any part of it can result in a severe rash, breathing problems, and even blindness. Cars parked beneath it have had their paint burned off. Standing underneath the tree while it is raining is enough to cause permanent blindness. Eating its fruit can cause severe abdominal pain, bleeding, vomiting, and digestive tract damage. Long-term effects include benign and malignant tumors and sometimes even death. Its most famous victim was Conquistador Juan Ponce de Leon in 1521, when he was struck by a Florida native's arrow that had been dipped in the tree's sap. He ultimately died of his wounds. The Guinness Book of Records lists this tree as the world's most dangerous. The strychnine tree is native to India and Southeast Asia. It contains strychnine and brucine, both highly poisonous alkaloids. Ingesting either of these can lead to at first extreme muscle soreness, then violent and highly painful whole body convulsions and asphyxiation. Strychnine is sometimes used as bait to kill wild dogs, foxes, and rodents, but is falling out of popularity as it is considered too inhumane even for vermin. Cleopatra famously made her servants eat the seed of its fruit to see how effective it would be in her own suicide. After witnessing their horrific suffering, she chose to use an asp, a poisonous Egyptian snake, for her needs. A member of the carrot family, the western water hemlock is a wetland plant that primarily grows in wet meadows and along riverbanks in the western United States. It has been classified by the USDA as the most violently toxic plant growing in North America. It contains cicutoxin, a poison that smells like carrots but certainly doesn't taste like one. If ingested, it can wreak havoc on the central nervous system. Symptoms of poisoning include excessive salivation, rapid breathing, tremors, violent muscle seizures, loss of consciousness, and coma. Death can occur as quickly as 15 minutes. No trees were harmed during the filming of this video.